Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are fishing a new spot. I found it via FishBrain. It appears to be a larger creek slash river. It's fairly large. I do not know if there's any fish in here yet because I've yet to even cast once. I can only fish really shallow. There seems to be a lot of current too. Which might be an issue currently. No pun intended. I did hear fish feed. I am worried about getting too close to the water's edge because this place said, look, alligators all over the place. So I'm being a little bit cautious with how we do our fishing. I'm trying to fish these slower eddies. I might go over closer to the bridge. That's a terrible cast. There's a lot of debris in the way. And the wind isn't helping either. I honestly was going to fish the other side, which might be a better idea because it looks like it's got less stuff in the way. But I did want to try over here by this bridge. It was like an eddy on the far side that I wanted to fish when I looked at it. But I parked on this side, so I figured I'd start on this side. Can we slingshot this, or is it going to be too heavy? I think it's going to be too heavy. Good, all right. Something moving around out there. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna go to the far side, see what we got going on over there. All right, guys, we've changed sides, and hopefully we can find some fish out here. All right, guys, we have found another spot up the road we're gonna try. It looks like it's a fairly deep spot. It's super shallow right here in front of me, but it looks like it deepens up. So we're gonna try, see if there's anything out there. No idea how deep it is. It could be really shallow all the way through, but we had our first nibble. nibble. That's more than we had at the other spot. Now, all right guys, we're switching things up. We're switching to a drop shot. We got a weight on the bottom, a little bit up, we have our little tag with our worm, and that's what we're gonna fish with. And let's get that started. All right guys, we got our drop shot worm on there. We're gonna start on this side just for reasons. And hopefully there's some fish out there. Well, time to re-rig, guys. We got snagged. Plow bee, guys. If that ain't a first, we have a saltwater pinfish in fresh / brackish water. I'm trying to get his mouth open. Here we go. Stop it. Little pinfish, guys. We're gonna let him go. So that does indeed answer the question. This is for sure brackish water, which means our possibilities of fish to catch could be anything. We could catch more pinfish, we could catch red drum, we could catch anything at this point in this particular creek, which is interesting, which would explain why the tides are so crazy here. Because if I went to the creek we've been going to in this area, the water levels are actually fairly low, but everywhere that I've gone besides here has been really deep and very swift current. So, but I've never actually caught, well, that's not true. I have caught pinfish on red worms before, but not this far inland. Let's see if there's anything else. That was a good hit. Getting good hits. There we go. Another little pinfish. Another little pinfish, guys. Interesting. Makes me want to try the other side of the creek a little bit, which we'll probably do another cast with this worm. Alright guys, we are back to this spot. We're gonna try that glass bead fly that we've tried before. that I did with the silver, I used crystal flash instead of the regular flash, the softer flash, to see if that makes a difference. Now, I don't know if I want to walk over there yet. Every time I walk over here, there's a fish or something that stays close to the surface. And when I walk over, it gets spooked. So I'm hoping that if I kind of creep up this time and drop the fly in first before I crest the hill. Now, I don't know, this line might be too short for this rod because I broke it off at the other spot. Looks like it's gonna be okay. Yeah, we're good. I broke it off on the bottom. That's a little short. It's about 6 inches shorter than I prefer. But also the water level is much higher here, so that might play into factor here as well. But we're gonna give it a try. See if we can catch something. And I know it's not a turtle. I know it's a fish of some kind because I've seen it. It sits right on the surface. I don't see anything yet, so we're gonna go ahead and swing it out. There's much more current here and higher water than last time as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bring this back in if I can. We're gonna fish it towards the center. I'm gonna slingshot it that way. Remember guys, when you slingshot and be careful, you can cut yourself on the finger. This tree branch, man, I swear, it's forever ruining my fishing. Got my line all tangled up. This is 6-pound line, 6-pound fluorocarbon that we're fishing with. What in the world? All right, guys, my battery died, but we got a new species. Check it out. Look at him. Ain't he angry? Little old blue crab. I don't know if y'all can see him. He's too small to... Oh, come here. It's really pick up easily. You're getting all tangled up in this fishing line there, bud. Oh, come here. Well, hopefully he still lives. He's all tangled up in the fishing line, and his claws broke off. But he's a little old blue crab. We're gonna let him go. His claws, see, they're all snagged up in this fishing line. He pulled them off when he was trying to get away. It's unfortunate. But he had our worm. So that's technically a new species. Not one that I was looking for, but I guess still counts. He had our worm. He held on all the way out the water, but like I said, I wasn't recording, so I didn't really get it on camera. There's so much fishing line on the ground here from other people fishing. Alright guys, that's it for this video. That was not the most productive trip, but we learned a little bit. We got to see that new huge river that's down the road, which we could always fish. I don't like the fact that all the cattails are there, but I think when the water levels are lower, they will be able to walk out past them. But right now the water levels there are so high, we can't really fish it efficiently. But yeah, that river was really cool. We did get one nibble there, I think. That was it. But, and then the fact that we caught pinfish on that little creek on the side of the road, that was weird. It was like the water, I don't know if you guys really looked at it. It looked like the water was running, like it was obviously going underneath the road, but it's like on the other side where we didn't catch any, it's like the water was coming out of the ground at that one spot, as opposed to out of like a tunnel that goes underneath the road. It was really weird. But yeah, there was that. We did catch pinfish, which I wasn't expecting to catch in freshwater, but I guess it's brackish, so I guess it's to be expected, which means our availability for baits, as far as like actual bait and not just flies and stuff, have really opened up. So using like cut bait, like shrimp and squid, they might actually be really effective in this area, because we don't really use them in other spots we fished at, because they're much more, I guess, fresh. There's not, I mean, they're still kind of brackish. They're more tannic than brackish, but it's just interesting to see the fact that there's pinfish and bluegill in the same area, or one creek apart. But and we saw some Popeye mullet when we were fishing the last spot we fished, the regular spot that's here. And yeah, I mean, we are right off the Brunswick River, so it makes sense that there's some brackish water, which is right there next to Cape Fear River, for those of you who don't know, who aren't in the North Carolina, Wilmington area. There's Cape Fear River, then Brunswick River kind of connects to it, and they're really close to each other, so yeah, anyway. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, share, subscribe, and in the meantime, you guys take it easy.